Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio from Raddtitan.
Yo, yo, yo!
So what we're doing today is we are looking at the XM Studios Luke Skywalker. This is the pilot suit. And
Rebel pilot suit.
Rebel pilot suit.
He's not an Empire man.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the unboxing. We're going to go over him. We're going to measure him, weigh him.
This is
It's already unboxed.
It's already unboxed it. We're going to go through the unboxing. It's already unboxed. It's already done. There you are. There's the unboxing finished, people.
Right. Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio from Raddtitan.
Yo, yo!
Yo. So what we're going to do today is we are looking at the XM Studios pilot Rebel Luke.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker, Rebel pilot.
Rebel pilot Luke.
Yeah, Rebel pilot.
Okay, so we're going to look at that. We're going to go over it. And you've already got him out. We're going to measure him, weigh him. We're going to let you know the pros, let you know the cons. And yeah, tell you what we think. So keep watching, guys.
Boom. It's alright that way. It's a bit more natural anyway. Welcome to Team Raddtitan. As Alex was saying, we will be reviewing the Luke Skywalker Rebel Pilot by XM Studios. Now, this is an edition size of 500 pieces. It's really rare. I think Gary has 135, or is that what we already had?
No, reality was 60, 160.
Oh, that's a lot. Anyway, so it's 500 edition size. There's no exclusives. XM don't do that type of thing. So this is it. This is it. This is what you're getting. Now, this is graciously donated by Gary Speed for a review. So thank you very much, Gaza. He's one of our, one of big friend of ours for a long time now. One of the biggest Star Wars fans I know.
He's actually a mod as well, but he doesn't do fuck all.
He doesn't do fuck all now. He's really there he's just there because he's earned it.
Yeah.
He's not kicked off for a few years, so we've got to reward him somehow. And we can't keep giving him cheesecake, man, because it's just not good for him.
Especially
So we have to look after him. So we're trying to give him good status, reward him for good behaviour in the statue community. Because Gary has got one of them gremlin-like tempers, man. Don't feed him after midnight. Don't give him any water or anything. So we, he's given this to us for review. And I have to say, if you watch the unboxing, it was a dream. It came out easy. Everything fit together perfectly. There was no issues whatsoever. Magnets are ludicrously strong, and there's not one thing out of place. So really, happy with that.
There's no time where you kind of have a piece in your hand and you're thinking to yourself, where the hell is that going to go?
Yeah, that's the. Well, we're just doing I'm going to take this down now so we can get a little bit of a better.
The boxes are the typical sort of Disney Star Wars boxes. They're all got the same style. So if you buy a Kota Bukaya piece, you buy a Sideshow piece, you buy a Hot Toy, you buy everything in school. Black, it's got the grey part coming down the side, and it will have either an image or not. So I mean, but they're all pretty much the same.
Quite a shame you don't get a print with this piece, but you do receive a XM handbook.
Well, with the movie pieces, you tend not to get that. I mean, if you look back on the Mark 42, I want to say, you don't get a print with that. So this
it's a shame though, because this is quite a, you can imagine a background with the walkers and all that kind of. Can you imagine what they could have done with that print high? They could cane that print.
I guess, I mean, with something maybe like this, you would probably have to pay a lot more to get the license for the print. So,
get a book, tells you how to put it together, but to be honest with you, we managed to do it solo, we didn't need too much help. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so starting on the base, we have got the, where I think this is the moment in Empire Strikes Back where his ship basically hits the ground, doesn't it? And they got them dual pilots, one either side. And his guy his mate is down, head down, all burnt out face, and he's trying to pull him out before the walker smashes onto the actual thing. It looks like he's left him behind in this pose. He's like, I'm right. So you go onto that, you've got this sort of fallen snow, it's actually quite texturous to touch. There's a lot of clumps and bits and pieces in there, and you've got the shading sort of around the outside. A lot of people would probably consider this to be overspray, but to be honest with you, it looks a little too intentional for that to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, especially around this side, I mean, it does look like it's been oversprayed, but it does also look like it's kind of where you would get the wind and the kind of powder of the snow.
Exactly.
So it does look more like that.
Cool.
This is underneath is one of those kind of speeders, the ones they use to shoot the line that takes down the walker. Yeah, I only know that because I saw it on
Darth Castle's really.
Darth Castle's
Yeah, well, they know their stuff. We're going to do it in here. But yeah, so then you've got this sort of magnetised, well, not it's magnetised door, but it does sort of work. I really like that. You can take all these.
I mean, it's got the little gear on there, so you can go up and down. That's pretty nice.
And it's magnets. There's no like.
And also because it's magnet as well, there's no pegs, no pins, or anything like that. If you want, you can actually just leave this off. There'll be no like
adjust your display as well.
unsightly like holes.
You could adjust it any way you wanted to take it off completely. Put things in these holes. You could do anything you wanted really with that. Stick a decapitated head in there.
Well, I mean, like leave.
Stick Vader's helmet in there, innit? Like one of the spare ones that you might have for your PF.
Oh, you already get it ready for the
Mythos.
yeah.
Yeah, still worth it though. Chuck it
kind of, I don't know, leave them.
Chuck the one with the arm hanging out on his helmet.
So, I mean, the paint on it is super clean, other than the intention.
Not a lot of colours though. It's all really sort of dark greys and whites, and it's not really a lot of colours and things going on there, but it's exactly what it should be.
What's the thing he cuts open? It's out of Tonton.
What do you mean? When he goes inside it? Yeah.
Because there's a joke, isn't there, which is what's the temperature of Tonton?
I know.
Lukewarm.
That's alright, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Never heard it before, that's saying something. So when you start getting into this, you then move into the sort of the boot area. And I actually really love the boots. You can almost sort of feel the material. It's the way that they're folded and bent up. It's basically like Uggs.
Yeah, like
Ugg boots. And they've got sort of straps running across them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nice shading into that, where you can see sort of highlights of like light and dark browns. I really like that. And you've got the snow sort of sprinkled all over the foot and around where he's sort of stepping. Powdering, yes. Then you go up to sort of the top of the, around the top of the calf. And he's got, they look like canisters for this thing that he's got in his arm. I think that's what they're for. Yeah. I mean, Darth Castle no, but I think that's what they are.
I would say Gary would though. But
no, Gary. Gary will pretend that he knows.
I have about 60% faith in Gary.
60%. Yeah. When it comes to statues,
maybe that's 50 going too much.
When it comes to statues, do I? Then you start getting into sort of the trousers, and actually I quite like it because it hasn't got that sort of cape-like material. There's a lot of shading in there. There's a lot of breaking up of the sort of material, which I kind of dig. And what I really like is as you look at the statues as a whole, which I didn't notice on prototype level, the oranges are much more diverse. They're a lot more different to each other. He's basically has 3 layers on. So he's got these sort of thick combat trousers, and there is textures in there, so you can see them. And then he's got that thick sort of, almost like a rubber, it's like a thick rubber top that he's wearing, this coat.
No, that looks more like kind of like a motorbike kind of.
Yeah,
style.
but like a leathery, rubbery sort of.
Yeah, well, it'd be like a leathery motorbike style.
Yeah,
and then you look at the kind of the detailing down the arms. That's like a racing jacket.
Yeah, sort of, but it's almost got that. You can almost feel the thickness through there, and then again the underneath, the undershirt that he's wearing underneath is a slightly different orange as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So I really like the fact that they're broken up really nicely. You've got all these pouches, and I really love this hilt thing situation. That's really quite bright actually. It almost looks chromed up that. So it's
done really well. It does all pop and add to the piece as well. I mean, you can take it off quite easily. It's just on a hook, and it looks great. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Thank you.
So you need to, when you put it on, you go under the pipe.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Or over.
Yeah, so like that way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I mean, the piece is great. So the switch outs you get for this are the gun will come off. Very strong. There you go. So take off the gun, and then you take off the pouch with the gun inside. And what you do then is skin the pouch. So you do the pouch, put that on there. Obviously now there's no gun, and we have him holding the gun.
His blaster.
So
it's trusted blaster.
Give him the fucking shooter.
Really nice. I really like the pouches. They've got a lot of nice texture of leather in there. You almost know straight away just looking at them, the belts, what sort of material they are, because you've probably owned wallets or purses or bags that pretty much feel the same. It's like that stiff leather.
Well, you also have what I do quite like is I didn't notice this until just now. I didn't notice it with this one. No, these are different colours. So basically, the one with the gun is actually black.
Yeah.
And the one without the gun is actually like a brown, like a worn brown. Or am I going mad?
No, they're different colours.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
That is darker.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot darker.
I mean, that could just be paint, but I mean, like, that's why I'm seeing here. It looks like that's intentionally black leather, and then this is like a more like worn look to it. So he looks like he's got a police belt on.
It's funny though because
And
it looks like he's wearing.
spray.
It looks like he's wearing an Atari on his fucking chest, and he can't even without playing Purple Turtle or whatever the fuck he's playing. He's like, I mean, it's like, where's my joystick? Where's my joystick? It's just like he's got his like that. There's just so crude, man.
Well, it's the same as the Vader.
Yeah, I know, but it's so crude, isn't it? You like watch it now, you look at it now, you're like, Jesus, it's like a light switch stuck on his chest. They're done really well and accurate to the film. And he's got his sort of protective, almost like Kevlar stuff over the top of him, almost armour protecting his chest and back. It's nice. It's got great wear on the gloves, great colour and shading.
I mean, he's bright orange, he's going to get shot right anyway.
Yeah, you ain't going to miss him, are you? That's for sure. Running across the snow, you're not going to miss him. They're not the best camouflage.
And then also, I mean, moving on to the head, and I think the head's done very well. I mean, I'm not sure if I said it on this video, but I did say on the unboxing that I was very concerned about the visor when we saw it at prototype level. The edging on the visor was much thicker.
Really thick.
It was almost like 2 mil or something like that.
Yeah, man.
And when you
bifocal shit going on there.
when you kind of saw it as well, it almost magnified his eyes, part of the face. I was a little concerned about that, but by seeing this, they've tapered the edges to make it look thinner. They can't make the whole thing too thin because it would just crack and break, you know. So this is their way of dealing with that. And then you work on to the the face.
Lightness is spot on.
Portrait is really well done. I mean, one of the critiques that XM used to get in the past was their portraits were not that great or not very spot on, but I think in this instance they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
You've also got the kind of very sort of delicate microphone going across his mouth.
Rogue leader, Rogue One, Rogue Two.
What's he, Red 5?
Red 5. Yeah.
So then you've got the helmet there. Maybe some of the stuff on the helmet could be kind of painted a little. It looks a bit too clean. I don't know. Do you know, like if you look at this side, you know what I mean? The red bits at the top, like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're
decals.
They're decals. They are
probably
those things there. They definitely are. And I would probably want to see them a shade sort of more vibrant. But I think if it was, it'd probably stand out a little bit too much.
Sure.
Everything looks a little bit damaged and used. I mean, you're meant to be as like the Rebel Alliance, isn't it? You're all like hiding and your stuff's not clean. There's no, you know what I mean?
Well,
it's a little bit like that. So I kind of like that.
Talking about not being.
There's a real strap there as well under his chin.
I think they mentioned that.
Yeah.
I think Darth Castle mentioned that was the only part of Expedia on.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice strap under there. I just looked at the material and I thought that doesn't look like
also, I mean, talking about the kind of the way the helmet's clean and things. I mean, the grime on the gloves is really, really well done.
Oh yeah, really.
The gloves are fantastic. They're the grime on them and
the usage.
Yeah.
The sincerity. The whole thing just looks like he's in the middle of battle, man. Looks like he's sleeping rough and everything's hard. I just love that about that. It's got that grit to it. I mean, you see a lot of this sort of stuff on some of the more fan art pieces, this level. I mean, sometimes you get these statues, they look like they've just stepped out of the fucking press. You know, it's your suit, Mr. Walker. You know?
But no, I mean, overall, I think this is a super impressive piece.
Yeah, Gary, you'd be really happy.
I think that we've seen quite a handful of these sort of Star Wars pieces, mainly from Gary. And I have to say that probably out of the ones that we have seen, this is probably my favourite. It's probably my favourite Star Wars piece I've seen. So, I mean, I have seen some of the others. I mean, I saw like loads of them when I was in Thailand last time. I actually really like the Emperor. People really bash it. I like the Emperor.
Sideshow one.
Yeah, the one in his throne. I really like it. But
I've always got a soft spot for Malgus. Malgus is my favourite.
I actually like this. Is quite bad.
Malgus has always been my favourite Star Wars piece that
That's
I've seen.
That's Vass's boy as well.
Yeah,
Malgus.
Yeah. I just like the look of it. I think it's probably one of the best Star Wars pieces ever made.
Yeah.
I've seen the Darth Talon a few times. It's nice. It commands a heavy duty price for such a small piece. It's one of them pieces that we've seen it in a lot of people's collections, and it can be overshadowed. It needs to be sort of on its own. A lot of people put it in with lots of other stuff, and it does get lost.
Well, I mean, the sculpt on the body is fantastic.
Crazy, yeah. Great pose.
Yeah, the price is just about
It's up, it's high. It's only little.
Which
Same
measure?
measures it.
Alright, if we...
let's change. Do you want the heaviest parts on it?
Is it going to make much difference?
Not really. It's a little bit.
I mean...
Not really. Probably a couple of grams.
Well, I think it's nearest 50 anyway, so...
Right, okay, so here we are. The height of this piece is around, I would say, 20.5 inches tall, 21, so about 53 centimetres.
It's not too bad.
No?
Yeah, pass it through the legs.
You want to do the depth first and mess with my stuff, yeah?
I wanted to get involved. No, I was going to do the width, but you turned it.
But this will be depth, that isn't width, is it, you fool?
No, the way before you turned.
Yeah, but if you do it from, you wanted it through the legs, that would always be depth no matter what you're doing.
No.
Yeah. So depth wise, you're going to need around 13 inches of clearance. It's about 33 centimetres, and that's safe.
Pass it through the legs.
We could do it this way, but I think the wider points are closer to. You got it?
Yeah.
Right. So width wise, this is around 16 inches, so around 41 centimetres.
Okay. You got it?
The problem with this though is you ain't going to get this in the detail because of this part.
Yeah.
So where if you wanted to put something like, I mean, obviously it's probably quite heavy anyway, but if you were to put it into a detoff, the problem you have is anything that's sort of over 15 inches, you need to angle slightly to go into each corner. And because of the width of this, it's not really going to be possible. So this is sort of Bester level pieces, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would display this, I would say this needs to be displayed either just below eye level or on ground level. I just think you get the most out of the portrait that way.
We've got the camera set up, and I don't think it's probably the best angle to view it from. I do think that this is one that you can really get away with looking down on.
I would definitely say at this height, if you're standing, for me, that's perfect.
Sure.
Absolutely perfect. So probably like around 2 feet off the ground or on the ground, no more than that. I just think that when you've got it, if you display it up high, it's one of those pieces that the visor really, you look up, it looks a bit distorted in places. You want to be a bit careful. I'll hold it. Do you want to hold it?
Yeah, I came up.
I'll do it. So that. What do you think's not in there?
No, it should be right. Turn on.
Yeah, you're right. I got it.
Alright, so what we'll do is we will weigh him. So
lift him and have a guess. You've got good leverage there for hands anyway.
Right then.
7?
6-ish, I'd say. About 6-ish.
Wait there. 9, 8, 7. See, it was on nothing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wait, go. Yeah, it's 7.8.
Wow. I think it's the
and you were doing so well.
the distribution of weight is really good on it. So
17.2 pounds, 7.8 kilos.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
all done. So
all right. Thanks for watching, guys. Do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, share, click on the bell, all the other shebang. It's good business.
yeah, if you click on the bell, you get all the notifications of when we basically post what comes up. And we've got a lot of things, I keep saying on every video, but we've got a lot of things basically in the locker. So we've got probably about 25, 30 reviews. We've got a room tour, we've got
a few
a lot of
things,
unboxes, and we've got cons coming up. So we've got a lot of content. We pride ourselves on sort of steady content throughout the year. So, hit that button, and thanks for all your support. Be lucky.
Peace.